Got some crazy news, guys. Some crazy news. Jeez. Always something, man. Like I told you guys with the V, every time you make power, there's always something, guys. So we're going to go ahead and lift the car up, and then we're going to show you guys something crazy. Alright, so I'm just started right here. We got up. We thought the exhaust was rattling. I was coming off the freeway last weekend, and we heard some, exhaust rattle, and kind of thought it was the exhaust rattling. And Charlie saw some metal shavings flying out of here, so we're gonna open this up so we can go ahead and show him what we seen.
It's bad business. Never wanted this open this up.
I don't know if they'll be able to see it, but I don't know if you guys can see it, but the torque too, there's a bearing in there that's all off. So every time, the car goes in RPM, it shakes, and it's shaking, going all over the place.
There's a whole lot of vibration.
Yeah, and it was causing all this to shake. Everything was fucking shaking. Oh, man. So what do you recommend, replacing the whole torque tube, or you think the bearing should be okay?
Well, first of all, the whole torque tube needs to be removed and then inspect.
Then inspect it, yeah.
Because it might be just upgrade bearing and it'll do it, but if it's the surrounding, it's damaged.
Yeah.
The whole torque tube has to be put in there. That is expensive.
Yep, I already looked it up. $1,000.
$1,000,
Yeah.
man.
It seems like every part is $1,000 and up. Like, god damn.
That's, man.
Yeah, man.
Not that you power, but it's gonna give you a break.
Man, which sucks. You're supposed to use that money for meth.
Huh? That's meth money, bro.
Yeah, meth money right there. Now I gotta use it.
That's power.
And that's what I was telling the people from the YouTube. Once you start making power and adding mods, it's always fucking something. Like, and I ain't even drive the car like that. I barely get to drive it. So, but I mean, that was gonna probably fail sooner or later. So, but now I gotta figure out what to do here, get this replaced. It's either gonna be this torque tube right here, or then I gotta check the trans, make sure everything is good in the transmission, stuff like that. So might have another built trans like the V did.
Maybe upgrade to 10 speed.
See, look, he wild. He doing too much.
Yeah, well, 10 speed, but I don't know if it's fun.
Just take the, I'm about to say you could just put like a Z01 trans or something in here, but
Might be.
yeah, that'd be too much.
It's kind of, I mean, if you have to build it, but if you don't, just leave it to where it is.
Yeah, 'cause I mean, shit's fine.
Oh, it's traditional base.
I don't know, man.
They hold on, based on what I've seen, they hold on a lot out.
Yeah, I looked it up. It said it was rated for like 800 to 900 wheel.
The OEM trend.
Yeah. But you never know. Yeah.
Did you say anything about the torque tube?
No, I didn't. But now I guess I gotta figure that out. Well, guys, there goes some more unnecessary money. I hadn't got on it, I think maybe like once or twice throughout the day. I was headed out and somebody was filming me on the freeway, so I gave them a little hit, so they could see it. And then I think maybe once going home. But then I was cruising home. I mean, the drive was about an hour drive. I was cruising home, and when I was coming off of the freeway, I noticed that whenever the car would downshift, as I was coming to a stop, that there was like a crazy vibration going on. It felt like just something was just vibrating real bad. And I was like, man, this ain't right, Like, at first, I thought it was my exhaust. The hanger had broke or something. Like, it didn't really feel any different. I mean, it felt like it was driving smooth still, everything. So I was just like, you know what? Maybe it's just my exhaust is loose or a hanger or something like that. But then, I started hearing like a squeaking noise. And then I started, like, it was like vibrating pretty bad. And I was like, I don't know, man. I mean, it might be the exhaust, but then I started thinking the worst, man. Like, whenever you start doing mods to your car and whenever problems occur, it's like your mind always goes to the worst thing. It's never, anything little. It'll always be a little thing whenever you don't make a lot of power, or your car might be just like a bolt-on car and something like this happens, you probably think like, oh, it's just something small. But whenever you start making power and the car actually makes just some crazy power that it wasn't made for from the factory, there's going to be little issues that come in and pop in, and your car has to be able to handle it. which, you know, I'm not exactly sure what the C7's torque tube is rated for. So I'm not sure how, you know, that broke, or the bearing. It might not be the torque tube itself, but the bearing is pretty bad. Obviously we saw some little, you know, shavings from that bearing flying around in there. But the thing is like I said, when we made our power, we made the same torque and power at the same time. So it's just like, damn, that's pretty crazy. You know, it's pretty even. You know, I'm not really surprised, but I am surprised that something like that happened, because I don't drive the car often. I barely drive it. So, you know, that just means it was bound to happen. It was gonna happen. So, but now I got to do some research, search up the torque tube. All right, guys, back at the house, man. I actually just picked this up today, recently. Got lucky and found this at a parts department place in Dallas, Texas. Ended up picking it up. So basically, I'll show you guys what basically happened to the one on my vehicle. Inside of here, there's like a bushing that pretty much holds the shaft still and steady. And as you can see, this one rotates just fine, like it's supposed to. And basically what happened on mine's is this bushing right here basically backed up, and now when this spins, it's like all over the place. So it's, instead of spinning like this like it's supposed to, it's spinning and it's kind of like just shearing all over the place, and it's kind of tearing up the metal around the area right here, and it was just metal shavings coming out and everything like that. So basically what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my housing, put it on this, and then pretty much bolt it back up. So basically it's called a torque tube, but it's really the drive shaft, I mean, if you want to be honest. And then the torque converter, everything back there. But also, as you guys can see, there is a little bit of rust on here, I'm guessing from where they left it, stuff like that. So what I did, I picked up some rust dissolver, Rust-Oleum right here. I'm gonna put this on here. I heard this works very, very well, so I'm gonna put this on here, and we'll see how good it works. So that's the before. All right, guys, here we go, the next day. Check this out, man. Check out the end of this. Cleaned it up pretty damn good. Right now I'm really just focusing on trying to clean off this end of the shaft right here. I put some lubricant back in the bushing, so it's spinning pretty freely right now. And then I didn't show you guys that end down there. It was very kind of rusted, the part where you bolt up the plate to it. This thing only has like 20,000 miles on it, but where I got it from, they did have it sitting outside. So, you know, weather and nature gets to it, so the metal parts end up getting a little rusted. But man, I want to show you guys something. So I took basically, as you guys know, I'm a detailer, so I kind of be making up some concoctions. So I put this rust dissolver right here into this little bowl, and then I added some distilled white vinegar in there and filled it up, because what you want to do is you want to soak these parts in the liquid so they can dissolve the rust. But as you can see, how would you soak this inside? So basically, let me show you what I did. I'll put a before picture, but check this out, man. Look how clean that thing is now. There's no rust on there. Super clean, moves freely. I got some lubricant I'm gonna throw on there, but as you guys see that picture of how rusted it was, and basically, I mean, all the rust pretty much dissolves and just goes to the bottom, and it's super clean. I mean, for this thing to only have 20,000 miles, I can't have it you know, having any type of rust. And then, you know, for my cars, I always like to keep everything legit clean for resale, so that'll work for me. Shop today. With the C7, you want a 2-point lift, so which, you know, there means those two arms on each side. A lot of the lifts that Charlie has at his shop are mainly for exhaust work, so it'll be where you drive up, and it's really damn near impossible to get a trans and all that, drop that all off on a lift like that. So But he does have that at the new location, which if Jess isn't able to get it done over here, I'm just gonna take it to Charlie at that new location and we'll get it knocked out over there. But usually as far as transmission work, drivetrain work, stuff like that, I try to take it to Jess at RPM Automotive. I have a guy staring at me. Sheesh. All right, guys, back at the shop, man. Time to get this thing dropped, get this torque tube dropped out. Charlie's knocking out some work over here. But golly, man, car drive is still good. Just you can feel that vibration and shaking and stuff like that. So definitely got to get the torque tube knocked out, and then we'll be good to go.
The next day.
All right, guys, we're back at the shop, man. It's the next day. Charlie actually finished the car within a day, so the vet is ready. Here's the old shaft, so I can show you guys exactly what I was talking about, man. Look inside of there. You guys see all of that? Like, that is crazy. It's pretty much the bearing backed up. That bearing's supposed to be all the way up here, as you guys noticed from the last one. And it fucking just sheared metal shavings all over. It's kind of warped. It's hard to turn. So somewhere in there, I feel like it's damaged. And then if you go to this side, it's super clean over here as well. But when you turn it, you can hear some like noise. I don't know if you guys hear that. And then it'll lock up on you over here on this side as well. So yeah, this thing was pretty bad. It was time to get rid of this thing. But yep, vet is ready. We got the new one installed. This is just some of the things that happens, man. Once you start modding your cars, stuff like this happens. The car makes a lot of power, so this is just one of the weak links that had to go. But I mean, honestly, from looking at the Corvette forums, the torque tube was a common issue with them. So I mean, eventually it's probably gonna have to be replaced anyways. But like I said, the new one is already on there. And let me get you guys a start up, man. If it starts with the gas door open. Should be ready to go, man. Now I still got to get these fender flare things installed. Like I said I was gonna try to do that for you guys. And once I get the time, but I've been dealing with this, getting this car back together. So I'll catch up with you guys, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in, supporting the channel. I wanted to show you guys the trials and tribulations. Not everything is good. So now I got to get this back home, figure out what to do with this thing. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button, support the channel, and stay tuned, man. Damn, look at that. Golly, look at this. That's crazy. We're back at Charlie's shop. The vet over here. Appreciate Charlie, man.
Get it done, man.
Knocked it out, stayed late, got it all knocked out in a day. So he's back at what's the Lancaster location.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to come get some work, come back over here to the Lancaster location, get some exhaust work done, and check out Charlie, man.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Don't let me go bad no more.
Yeah, I hope so, man. Appreciate that, man.